Defined by history, culture, and opportunity, the last 200 years have shaped one of Arkansas's oldest cities. In a special report, our Caitlin Zollner takes a look back at where Fort Smith has been and where the city is going.
Decades and decades of history.
We've always been a city that had a certain character about it.
From the historic buildings and long-running businesses to the families who have called this place home for generations, Fort Smith has stood the test of time.
For us being here for 200 years, it just shows that the city is resilient.
The city was founded as a military post in 1817.
After the 1803 Louisiana Purchase, there was an effort to explore all the vast lands west of the Mississippi that were acquired under President Thomas Jefferson. And this military fort was part of that plan.
Fort Smith became an incorporated city 25 years later.
A small community began to grow up, and through the years it grew and grew with the presence of the Arkansas River right there.
Since then, Fort Smith has grown to become the second largest city in Arkansas.
You need to know where you came from to know where you're going.
And where the city is going is limitless. Jack Freeze knows that all too well. He's lived in Fort Smith all his life.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of changes and a lot of growth.
The 90-year-old served as mayor of the city for 16 years. He still has speeches and letters from his time.
Today we begin the celebration of the 200th anniversary of the founding of this country.
He says one of the keys to continue to propel the city forward is the youth.
Earlier on, when young people get their college degree, they move off, and we're attempting to get them to stay here, and we've been fairly successful.
And there's a strong group of leaders working to help make Fort Smith more attractive to that generation.
Fort Smith is a special place. I think you can feel it when you walk down the street.
Claire Kohlberg is the director of The Unexpected. It's a project that has brought dozens of murals to the city.
Fort Smith has a beautiful canvas for art. It's really a great thing to see the past and the future kind of colliding together and this vibrant energy that's coming out of that.
Rick Griffin is also working to revitalize the city.
It's home. It's important. We have to take care of our home.
His family started buying property downtown in the 1970s.
And all communities have to have a decent, vibrant downtown. And if they don't, you lose the heart and soul of your town.
The Griffins have renovated several well-known buildings with the goal of keeping the history intact.
Your downtown has roots. It has history here. So you want to have a mix where you've preserved your history and not had a bunch of brand new looking stuff.
It's people like Griffin and Kohlberg who are working to create a place for the next generation to proudly call home.
And we have to keep feeding excited, energetic young people into the system and making them a part of making this a great place.
When I'm gone, when, the other leaders, the older leaders, generation is gone, that next generation is set up to continue the work and do better even than we did.
History, culture, and opportunity.
This is a place where young people can come and take it and create it the way they want to create it.
If the last 200 years are any indication of what's to come, Fort Smith has a big and bright future.
So I'm encouraging everyone to embrace who we are, and let's be the best we can be. And the future will be exactly what we want it to be.
We put together a gallery of photos of Fort Smith from over the years. It's featured in an exclusive story on our website. Have a picture or story about Fort Smith of your own? Well, make sure you share it with us on social media. Just look for this story on Twitter and Facebook. The Fort Smith Bicentennial Celebration has been going all year long. City leaders split the year into 4 themes: arts and culture, Western heritage, homecoming, and the future of Fort Smith. The celebration is now in its final stretch, and city leaders say they plan to use these next couple of months to focus on what the future holds for the community through numerous discussions and events.
We're limited only by our lack of imagination, only by our lack of aggressiveness. So with those kinds of things behind us, I think we can continue to grow and develop.
Our community embraces change. Our community embraces cultures. Our community invests in all of our demographic, young, old, rich, poor, and we're wanting to do the best that we can to keep that momentum going for another 200 years.
The Bicentennial Celebration will continue through December.